Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season premiere of our newly revamped the Intercontinental Racing League. Now, today we would have been streaming on the actual channel, which I'll leave a link in the comments in a minute, but there was some technical issues that went on about the verification. Sorry about that. We've also got some new stuff implementing, like the countdown will be changed soon, along with the new calendar, which I will be showing you all shortly, and also just some other stuff, a couple of QOL quality of life changes. What else is there to say? Obviously, last season was a very great end. Mika managed to pip Cali to the world title and is the world champion of season 2. Unfortunately, he's not been able to make it tonight, so this season's going to start off a bit more wacky. Give me a second, guys. Alright, that is working, but my capture card isn't, so give me a second. I'll share this out on Twitter and see if this is going to fucking connect, because if it isn't, there's some trouble. And yeah, just give me a second, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have sorted it out. This race is going to be dedicated to a very great man and a very integral part of Formula One, and his name is Sir Frank Williams. And he was just such a great man. Like, the way he was able to build a team from the ground up and beat the likes of, Ferrari and McLaren. It's just mad. Like, I've never seen anything like it. It wouldn't be season 3 without technical issues. The lobby has been weird. So we'll just have to give it a minute. But whilst we do that, I'm going to leave the link to the new channel in the comments, and I'll let you all go over, subscribe to it, and be ready for next weekend with the 3rd race of the season, which I'll also be showing in a second. Actually, that's something I could do. If you're a fan, it's because someone in my house left the heater on for way too long, and I'm now boiling the fuck up. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the new YouTube channel for this league. I hope you all enjoy it, because we've got some really good stuff that's going to happen over there during the season. And we're always going to be changing it up at times, just trying to keep it fresh and interesting just to pique your interests. There's a link. It should be in the chat right now, which I've just highlighted here. Second, sorting out the problem. But let me actually show you the new calendar. And just confirm, ladies and gentlemen, we are setting up a new lobby because this one has lagged out immensely. So let me just go over to announcements and show you all the new calendar. Actually, wait, if I go to this, can't I let's go down here. I think I can get a HD version of this for you fellas, No, never mind. Take this. Open original. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the new calendar for season 3. So, as you can see, we've got Britain today, followed by the Monza sprint race tomorrow, with Zandvoort to follow on after. Next, we'll have Hungary, followed by Brazil sprint race, and USA to follow up on that. Then we'll have Mexico, followed by a Japan sprint race, which will connect to Singapore. And then finally, we have the Constructors' Champions. We made this little rule that because Mika won the world title, we were just going to let his teammate Parja decide the penultimate track. And he chose France. And then it'll be a Bahrain sprint, followed by the season finale at Russia. Now, the twist, compared to last season, the season finale will be a 100% race for both Group A and Group B. Which means we'll be doing about 50 to 55 laps around the Sochi Autodrome. Granted, would have liked somewhat better, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. Let's give me a second. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here around Silverstone. It is a bit of a small turn round here, but I'm afraid that is what it is today. A couple of people were busy and just unavailable today, so still going to go ahead. Show will go on still, but it's going to be a bit of a shorter playground to play with here. I would have raced the Mercedes, but I'm here commentating with you fella for you all today, so I'm afraid that is not happening. Yeah, I'm currently in Group B because I want to do this as well at the same time, but I'm not going to discuss that race, otherwise I'll get angry. But we do have our first cars out on track of the season. We have Jared, Vela, and Callie out on track. It is a very wet session today. I think it will get a bit drier towards the end. Jared with a big snap of oversteer. I do wonder how every lap's going to go. Obviously, the Constructors' Champions are kind of a bit like disarmed here because they only have one of two drivers going to retain the title this race. But it is going to be very close. For God's sakes, man. There we go. Fucking hell. Why is it like this? Yeah, we see the Constructors' Champion in Parjan about to go out on track. And if you hear my thing, I explained earlier. But everyone, aside from Justin, is out on track at the moment. I think Justin's waiting for the other drivers to grip in the track for him. But here we go. Jared, one half of the Alfa Romeo team, is here to do his first lap around the Sir Frank Williams Grand Prix at Silverstone. Let's see how he goes. Obviously, Parjan is going to be a lot of expectation on his shoulders to go and win this race for Mr. Williams. But let's see how Jared performs. He does have Bella behind him, and that was a slight step of oversteer here. If you hear that, apologies again. But here we go. Jared blasting it down the Wellington straight, going through Brooklands in to Luffield here. Going a tad bit wide, but obviously you don't want to be on the drier line, maybe. Might be better if you've got the wetter line, a bit more pace through there, as Verstappen exploited in Brazil 2016. But let's see how he goes. And also, if you see last season's runner-up in the background in King Cali, and I think yellow flag for someone. I think someone was slowing down. Obviously, the teammate of Jared Bowe. A really good lineup there, if I'm being honest. And Bella's gone off track through Maggots and Beckett's. I've just realised I need to do full track lap data. My bad, guys. Getting packages group of things. And Jared's invalidated his lap, I'm afraid, which means Callie will be the first man to set a lap around the Sir Frank Williams Grand Prix. Let's see how he goes. It is a 1:36.4. Let's see if anyone can beat that. Parjan's just going through Village now. Kitten coming through the last corner. How's he going to do? It is a 1:35.9. It's 5 tenths quicker than the previous pole sitter in King Cali. Jared has to do a lap again, unfortunately. Uvan going through Mags and Beckett's. Can he keep it clean? The teammate of Cali. It is going to be a bit tricky for Uvan to try and keep up with Cali this season because he's probably one of the quickest drivers on the circuit. Bowe invalidated his lap. Bowe really considers himself like one of the best wet drivers in the league. So let's see how this goes. Parjan just trying to drift it through, keep it nice and clean. It is a purple sector 2. That is really important here. Let's see what everyone else can do. DS coming across the line. It is a 1:36.0. He splits King Cali and Kitten. The McLaren is still on pole. Let's see what Parjan has to say about it. Coming through the final couple of corners now. Parjan keeping the car cool, composed, and it is 1:35.8. It is pole position right now for the Williams driver. But one of the big things he's wanted to do for his old boss, Sir Frank Williams, just to make him happy, is Jared P4 in 1:36.2. Yet again getting ahead of the Red Bull. Vela coming to do his lap now. Just going through final corner. Let's see how he goes. It is a 1:37.7. Puts him to the bottom. Bo coming through Maggots and Beckett's here. Just about to get Sector 2 done. It is a 1:10.0. He is close to the top, but let's see if he could drop everyone else down a couple of pegs. As using number 47, infamously used with Mick Schumacher, especially this season. But let's see how Bo does through the final couple of corners. Going to go into the Hamilton straight for his lap to be validated. It is a 1:36.7, just behind Cali. It was a decent lap. Uvan coming through now to do another lap. Let's see if he can improve and get past maybe Bo. But it's not looking like his car's got a lot of oomph in it. It's a 1:37.2, but it is not quick enough to get past Bo. And if you look here now, Justin in the only Ferrari today, about to do his lap with 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in the session. Let's see what he can do through the final couple of corners now. Coming on to the Hamilton straight. It is a 1:36.9, and he has split the Red Bulls even wider. So that is a pretty convincing field right now. Kitten and Parjan are really close. Then you have Intro just out by over a tenth. Jared's coming into pits, so is Cali. Bo had a bit of a problem. A bit of his wings lost. And Justin has left. Some difficulties with his internet. Vela tried to improve his lap. He does. He's got ahead of Uvan. But Uvan going through cops now is going slow. Might have had a mistake made. But we are just under 10 minutes left in the session. Let's see what's going to happen realistically. Anything could. Looks like Bo's lost fuel, I believe. Yeah. Vela's coming through Luffield right now. And onto the gravel there. The last person going to gravel in F1 in that corner was Lewis Hamilton. He got pole position after that, so maybe this could be a hint. But it looks like people could definitely crack into the 135s, and Kitten is going to try and extend the amount that you can get into the 135s here as he comes out of the pits. The number 12. Let's see how he rocks and how he rolls. I believe Vela will be pitting this lap, but we will see. There was discussions of some people leaving their teams, and as you see here, one of the big changes this season is the fact that Cali has gone from Ferrari to Red Bull. Now, in the league, we actually randomise everyone's teams except for the Constructors' Champions. They get the option to stay with their team, and Parjan and Mika mutually agreed to stay with each other for another season. But Cali, well, everyone had a choice. I'm joking, no one had a choice. We just randomised teams to kind of give it more of a fair playing field. And yeah, Cali got Red Bull. And that is probably one of the bigger moves in the transfers of this season. Bo has moved up the pecking order in terms of the Ferrari powertrain family. He's gone from Haas to Alfa Romeo now. Uvan has gone from Racing Point to Red Bull. Parton stayed. Kitten is at McLaren. And he's about to do his lap now. Let's follow on board with him as he's going to fly down the Hamilton straight into the first couple of corners. The rain, and you see everyone in the background just cheering on Kitten. I see two Brits, first, second. And yeah, looks like the Britons will be the ones who are expected to get pole around here. So let's see how Kitten can do. Coming through the first section out, it's a 1:30.04. It's an improvement of over 200ths. But let's see if he can improve on that. It's a bit wide going out Brooklands now into Lovefield. Keeping it under control. Don't want to get on the gravel. You want to get the point just right. Give me a second. Yeah, that's right. Let's see how Kitten goes through cops. Keeping the pace. Nearly goes wide, but he just keeps it. Pushing the limits of his car ever more. Let me just there we go, that's better. Purple sector 2 is up by nearly 2 tenths. Let's see what's going to happen. Coming down the straight here. About to go into Stowe. Let's see how quick he goes through here. Can he keep it in line? There we go. And here we go now as we see Kitten about to make its way through the final set of corners. Let's see how he goes. Got the turning angle just right as he's about to come through. Can he get further into the 1:35? It's a 1:35.6. And pole position for the McLaren team. That was a great lap by Kitten. And it is pole position. Now Jared's coming through. Maggots and Beckett. Let's see if he can keep it under control. It is very difficult to get this section of the track right. The G-force pushing against your face, and also the fact that it's raining makes it even more difficult. So here we go. About to come through Stowe, and he's keeping it all under control and trying to keep it precise, but he goes wide. It is still a valid lap, but it might not be an improvement as he locks up as well. This is not going to be good. Let's see, has he improved his time? It looks like he has, but he has not improved his positioning. DS has taken P3 still. Bo invalidated his lap. Vela has invalidated his lap. And, yeah. Looks like Kitten is just trying to make his way steadily back to the pits here. Callie's staying in. Bo's coming into pits. Justin's on his out lap. This is going to be interesting. Can Parjan push for P1 for Frank Williams today? Can he do it? Let's hope he can, because this is what he needs right now. Yep, Killer's coming to pits. Sorry about that, guys. The control's been a bit weird last couple of weeks. DS doing his lap right now, and he's currently 5 tenths up on his time. This is looking really close. Let's see what happens. Not Jared, intro. Let's see how his lap is as he comes through the final corner. It's a 1:35.4, and it is pole position for the French team of Renault. What a lap. It looks like Jared's about to do his lap now, and it's a 1:35.5. He has taken P2. It looks like the likes of Kitten and Parjan are dropping fast, but Parjan's come out again on an outlap. But this means the track's getting a lot better for these intermediates because of the rubber that has been implemented on the ground, and the dry line is becoming more prevalent to the track. But that was a great lap from Jared. Unfortunately, he's off pole by 0.095 seconds. but we knew he'd be strong this season. Just, we don't know how strong. And Kitten is coming out for another lap. Callie's already out for another lap, and it looks like he's about to go for it now. Currently on his out lap, so he's going to come through the final couple of corners and do his actual lap here. So let's see how he progresses. Bo's doing his lap as well. So let's see how this goes. I think Justin has invalidated. So has Vela. Looks like Jared's going to keep going for it though. That's the thing. I think Jared wants pole position more than anything right now. But he is down in his time by 1.5 seconds there. King Kelly now. One of the main title protagonists last season. Unfortunately, Mika cannot be here to try and prevent Cali from advancing in the early stages of the championship, but he will be back for the sprint race at Italy and then Zandvoort tomorrow. So this is going to be very, very close tomorrow. But Parjan's going to be doing his lap now. We'll keep on board with him shortly, but it is time. Vela and Justin need to improve their times if they want any chance of getting near the top spots. Parjan's just about to do his lap. Kitten's going to come to do his lap soon. Let's keep an eye on Cali, one of the real threats this season, along with Parjan, Kitten, Mika, Bo. Like, all these drivers could be a threat this season if they play their cards right. That's the thing. We've had a couple of weeks break. Felt like it, but I think it's only been 1 week. But I will announce, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a mid-season break before the last couple of races of the season for Christmas. Because obviously we're not that fucking stupid. We know people want to celebrate Christmas and shit. And Cali locks up into the final corner. Let's see, can he keep it? Can he get a fast lap here? It's a 1:35.6 and it's P4. Only 300ths behind Kitten, who's coming to do his lap now, or has just finished. And Cali spun through the first couple of corners. And I think that'll be it for his laps. Let's see what Parja could do. Can he get a purple sector 2? Just to implement how fast he really is. And it is not a purple sector 2, but he is quicker than his current lap. He really needs to push these tyres if he wants to get ahead of Cali. This is the key thing. We have 10 seconds left. Let's see what's going to happen. King Cali's just come back onto the track now. He has to let Justin by. Bit unwise there. Justin's tapped into Cali. And Parja's taken pole position for Frank Williams there. Brilliant. Wait, what the hell happened? I'm going to have to keep on board with Parja here. The hell did he do? He just stopped on track there. But Kitten might be able to prevent the Williams team from feeling happy today with a qualifying result this great to kick off season 3. Let's see what he does through the final couple of corners. Kitten keeping the McLaren under the control of an immense Mercedes engine in the background. And it is pole position for the McLaren team. Definitely not what the Williams team were expecting today, but Vela has validated his lap so far. Let's see if he can keep it through the final couple of corners to see if he can get a really good lap going. He needs to try and get up there because right now Kitten and Parja look to be really strong around this track, but Vela has not improved his time and is a 1:38.8. Cali's is going to come into pits along with his teammate Uvan. P5 and P9 for the Red Bull team. But that man right there, Kitten, has taken pole position at the Sir Frank Williams Grand Prix. Just taking it from the Williams driver, Parjan. What a performance there. What a qualifying session. Look at the difference between the top 3. Like, that's like 800ths. This is 600ths. That is mad. But I'm really excited for the race today. Obviously, as we did for Memorial Day, we will be having a formation lap to celebrate the life of the great man that is Frank. Not Anne Frank. Sir Williams. Yeah. Williams have had some of the best drivers at their teams at times, you know. First one that probably comes to mind is Juan Pablo Montoya. Hold on a second. Yeah. I've never necessarily been a fan of Williams. I respect them and what they've done. Like with George Russell, that's a great talent. Juan Pablo Montoya was probably one of the only Williams drivers I've ever paid attention to. But it is undeniable that this man has changed the landscape of F1 to show that he could build a team from nothing and beat the absolute giants in McLaren and Ferrari at the time. And he did that. And that just proves that he deserves 100% a memorial around Silverstone. And also another person I'd like to commemorate is my mate JJ. Does some streams with him, and recently he passed away in his sleep. And he meant so much to me, man. He was just such a nice dude, and I could have done a lot of things I did without him, like him, Chris, LDG, you know. Like, I don't know, man, like, when LDG announced it, I was just shocked, like, I thought he was playing with me or something like that. It was just mad, like, I couldn't believe it, like, man, it was, I don't know, I never really knew what to think about it, like, because I haven't been in that situation before, like, JJ's probably the first friend that I've had to pass away, you know, it's weird. But, you know, I'll have all those great Forza Motorsport streams to remember and the big fat quiz, man. Had some great times together, man, and I'm going to miss him. Never got to play that game of Marvel vs. Capcom against him, and I never got to get him on the chase. That's what's so just annoying about this, man. I don't know, I hope he's resting well someplace, you know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to concentrate on this, and we will remember these men throughout the internet. But this is it. All these men here today are here for one reason, and that is to win. Let's see if they can. The tyres should be heated up right now. Let's see what happens. For the first time, we are here. So 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it is lights out and away we go for the Sir Frank Williams Grand Prix. Kitten got a great start. So did Incho. He's got past Parson before turn 1. Any chaos going to come out of this? And okay. What the fuck just happened there? We didn't get past her. We couldn't even get to the first sector for this. Oh my god. Oh my days, man. Couldn't do one sector without this game fucking up on us. Oh, I think it was me that fucked up. What the... Can someone explain in the chat what the fuck just happened? But we are lights out, away we go. I think Kitten's still leading. Let's guess correctly, hopefully. Yes, he is. So nothing different happened. Bo's down in 9th. Justin has to come into pits for some reason. It's also weird. But Parja dropped out to P3 with intro in P2 now. Kitten kind of leaded the way with Callie a bit behind, going very wide for this corner. Let's turn on... There we go. Yeah, that was a weird start. Jared looked to underfuel his car, and that was a massive step of oversteer. Got Parjan as well, through the corners. Let's see what happens. Looks like everyone's kind of a bit spread at the moment. Looks like a lot of stuff happened in the first lap, which made Justin have to pit. But Kitten, going through Magnet to Beckett's, looks to be really comfortable in the wet right now. I don't know how long the wet's going to last. If I have any estimation, I think this entire race is going to be in wet weather. Yeah. It's looking like the top 3 are kind of separating themselves here. Page is trying to keep on the back of intro. He needs to get past intro if he wants any chance of trying to get killed, because this dirty air will keep constantly pushing him back and back. And then he has Jared there as well, that he has to try and keep at bay, which will be difficult. But Jared is a very quick driver. He's got the lightest car on the track at the moment. But it's going to be very interesting. It just looks natural to him at the moment. Here we go, through Village now, on to the Wellington Straight. That's obviously, which will be a big factor in how this race plays out. Bo P8 trying to catch up to Uvan, who's doing an okay job in his Red Bull. Just he's trying to get past Vela here. So hope he can, because it looks like it's migrating the host again, for God's sakes. Oh, what the hell is going on? It looks like Uvan can't quite catch at the moment. Jared's trying to put the pressure on, but he's losing a bit of time. Parjan, he's got some okay pace, but it looks like Intro and Kitten are just trying to get away here. But it looks like Parjan might be luring in the Renault here as he's trying to pass. The hell is going on? This game is not liking me today at all. Give me 1 second, fellas. Let's hope we can enter again, and then we can commentate, because this is really annoying, and I hope this doesn't happen tomorrow. I think we're good. Just give it 1 second. Alright, there we go. Let's see what's happened here now. Jared's still, everyone's still in their places, okay. Mella's in AI mode. Yeah, it looks like Kitten's really put a demanding lead out there on the track. Let's not do lap data. Intro has got a bit of pressure for Parjan, but Jared will still be trying to creep in. Callie is trying to reel in everyone else. Just let's hope he's got the pace to do so. It looks like Kitten has got a really big lead. And it looks like Uvan and Bo are side by side through the last couple of corners here. This is great fighting. Uvan might have got the move done, and he has. I swear to God, if this does it again, I'm going to leave and end the stream. I swear to God. Yeah, Uvan's got the move on Bo in a very good way there. That was a good overtake. Didn't get all of it, but still a good overtake. But let's see. Will Uvan advance here into P6 and try and capture the soul of Bella? Let's see what happens here. Bo's just lost a lot of pace. Looks like Uvan's going for it. He's got on P6. Bella will be exposed to Bo here, and Bo's got P7. So let's see what happens. Bo's got pace, but I don't think he could have captured 4 cops. That rear view shot of him there is so menacing. Bo's pace at times, especially in the corners, is a lot, but Uvan's really pushing at the moment. Just look at it. Parjan's losing a bit of time to Intro. I think Intro's just trying to step it up a level to try and catch Kitten here. And then they come down the Hamilton straight, and Intro has set the fastest lap. Going through the first couple of corners here. It looks like Intro is really trying to catch here, but it's just Kitten does have a bit of a commanding lead that he is trying to keep. Just look at that McLaren, just cutting a knife-like pattern through the rain here, and he's doing it so magnificently. Jared still trying to push for Parjan in the last spot on the podium, but do not count out King Callie here. And also you got Uvan and Bo just absolutely pacing it. They need to catch up with the front runners here, but let's see if they can. That's the real question. But it does look like Uvan is really just keeping it cool, not really pressuring anything. You know, P6 will be a good result today for Uvan. Last season, he had some good race starts and got himself good positions, but he just couldn't keep a hold of them. And I think that's what he needs to improve on the most this season, and if he has, then he will be okay. But Parjan wearing the number 2 for the Williams, of course. He is a constructor's child. Parjan's going into the pits. That's a very big call. If I'm being honest, it looks like it's time for the wets. And I think it is the wet tyres that will be going on to the car of Parjan and also Bo and Vela. Yep. Those are the wet compound tyres going onto the cars right now. Callie's got 3 seconds, but those wet tyres will be a big advantage. Because look, Kitten's losing a bit of, just that little bit of traction there through the corners. He's just trying to push as long as he can because he knows Parjan will get a big advantage from this. And it is a yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like Callie had a bit of a tussle there. Nearly spun it, but he looks fine now. But he has lost a lot of time. Jared's trying to push for Intro. Intro's trying to push for Kitten, but it's very difficult, especially when these tyres aren't suited for this track anymore. And you see Parjan's cut down Uvan's time by nearly a second here. It is definitely time for the wet tyres. It looks like Kitten will be diving in along with Intro and Jared. Let's see, will Callie as well. Kitten's got 5 seconds for speeding. Both Kitten and Intro got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. But it looks like, oh no. Uvan's going to ruin his race here. He's pitting at the same time as his teammate. Is that a big enough gap? Where's Parjan right now? He's coming through the final couple of corners. I think Parjan might get the lead of the race. He pitted at the right time. Will he reap the rewards of going on to the wet tyres just in time? It looks like Kitten's been released. Kitten has gone past the pit limiter line. Will he get out ahead of Intro? No, he's just behind. And Intro's onto a set of wets. So is Kitten. But it looks like Parjan was not able to reap the rewards, and he's still behind Intro. Jared's P4 with Callie P5. Bo is P6. He has gone ahead of Uvan, with Vela and Justin wrangling the back of the grid here. But I think they'll be able to keep on these tyres for the rest of the race. Parjan has a time penalty as well. This will benefit that man, Jared, greatly. Because 3 seconds right now, this could put Jared in provisional P1 right now. Because of those penalties. But Kitten, yet again, just looking like the wet track master at the moment, just absolutely flying. It looks like Intro's under a lot of pressure from the Williams as we're on to one of the longest straights around the Frank Williams Grand Prix at the moment, and we're going to be heading into Stoke. Can Parjan get an advantage here? It just looks like the rain has picked up drastically at the moment, just barely any visible weather. I won't be surprised if anyone's spun around here. Especially those behind other cars, like Parjan. Probably one of the worst places to be right now, and that's right behind someone. It looks like Intro trying to keep up a similar pace to Kitten, but Kitten's just got too much there. Just Mode, I saw your message earlier. I do apologize on a late notice, but hello to you too. Yeah. Uvan's got 3 second penalty. Yeah. This race is going to be 10 times more difficult now that it's full wet weather conditions. Traditional Silverstone, Intro's gone slightly wide. This could give a big advantage to Parjan. It looks like Parjan's losing a bit of time. And there's a yellow flag. Callie's retired. He lost it through Maggots and Beckett. That's big for the championship, you know. If Callie starts off like this, it's not going to be good. But Parjan and Intro looking close. Jared will be wanting those top places, but let's see. Can he get them? Justice got 3 seconds of penalties. Oh, as well, Jared is using the number 22, which is most synonymous with F1 World Champion Jensen Button. This is looking very close, to be honest. Parjan's just losing that bit of time, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Really sorry about that, guys. Of course, my luck has to do that. But the top 3 are far from decided. Ladies and gentlemen, like we said, that could have got Jared here in P4. Bo is P5, like 20 seconds behind. But if Bo says, well, if Bo leaves in his heart, but he thinks it's true, then he'll be fine. Parjan's got another 3 seconds. Damn. Parjan needs to chill down before he starts to exceed the limit, because You can only have 15 seconds of penalties before you have to retire. Oh. Yeah. Intro's actually catches up to Kitten again, okay. I wonder if anyone's going to change their tyres to Inters or something again. It'll always be interesting, because I can't really see the weather. I know it's based on the real weather in real life, but the north and south of England are very different when it comes to weather at times. And today is one of those days. Garrett's got 3 seconds, but it will still give him P3 right now. Or maybe P2? No, just P3 at the moment, due to penalties. And if we look at Bo right now, it just doesn't look like he's got that pace at the moment. Yeah. It's just always... Kitten has 2 sectors over Intro, whilst Intro just has 1 sector. It's just always that balance that Intro needs to find pace in other areas. It looks like Justin's got to pass the AI of Vela. Let's see how this goes. Parjan needs to improve his time. He needs this podium. I'm going to be honest, I'm not... Oh, Jared! I think they'll just lie. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of wet weather in F1 games, if I'm being honest. Just doesn't seem like my kind of thing. Like, when I'm racing, it's just a bit... bleh. Just don't really give good racing. And... one sec. And we are back. Yeah. I also think wet weather racing is really good for, like, overtaking and just that sort of aspect. Like, driving ability gives more of a presence of who's, like, top notch and stuff like that. But, like, with the racecraft side of it, it's just... you don't really do it, you know? That's my opinion anyways. Obviously, you can all have your opinion down in the live chat, but that's just what I think, for being honest. Yeah. Disconnected again. But if I look now, everyone except from an AI has penalties. But Harden has the biggest effect of penalties, 9 seconds, which will really affect his finishing place. Like, he needs to get 4 more seconds over Jared if he wants any chance. Oh, Jared slips on the track. Big mistake there. That might cost him a couple of tenths, which Pardew so definitely needs. And look at that. Couldn't shift up there because he might have spun. Pardew's got another 3 seconds, which puts his tally up to 12. Intro currently P2. He's just trying to keep it calm, keep it cool for a podium. whilst Kitten's just driving away and just trying to make sure there's that big enough gap so DS can't just pull it back in the last couple of laps. But 11 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is all to play for. Jared has pace around here. It's just he doesn't have enough over Parjan in the wet weather. Yeah, Parjan towards the end of last season was going very strong. Like last couple of races, he was up there with the likes of Cali. But now this season, everything's shaken up. There's Kitten and Intro now, who are seen as like the Charles Leclerc's or Pierre Gasly's kind of, They were there, but they're not race win, kind of. Now they've got some really strong pace and they're showing it. And it's really coming out right now, especially the wet weather. Like P1 and 2 now. And then you have people established in the league like Parjan and Bo, who are just kind of having a bit of a struggle with the cars at the moment. But Parjan looks to be struggling a lot, if I'm being honest. Let's see how this goes, as DS has had a pretty poor Magnus of Beckett's. Can he get a great exit, though? It was okay. It was an okay exit. Kitten has a bit of ERS over him. Looks like everyone's trying to exhaust it a bit. Bo's not really using a lot. He's got the most out of everyone else, I think. If you have a look. No, Melo's not used any. That's his AI, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's just looking like everyone's kind of forming. Jared's catching up. That's a big thing here. Jared is catching. But let's see if he can catch. That's the real big question around the block. Jared with a bit of a lock up there. So I've got a no penalty with Justin. Okay. Yeah, Jared's losing a bit of time right now. It's just a bit shaky with the car at the moment. Whilst Parjan is still losing time to the front runners in Intro and Kitten. But Kitten's just been really composed throughout this entire race. The wet weather just does not seem to faze him. Whilst Intro's having a bit of a tougher time trying to keep the car in line here. But does not seem to be doing that badly. Jared has gone wide, but he did not gain any time advantage or momentum through that, so he'll be okay. But 9 laps left to go, this could be it. If Jared can catch Parjan and get ahead, then it's definitely going to be his. Like, he needs to catch the top runners and make it 2-second gap if he wants to win the Grand Prix. Oh, that was a massive lockup for both tyres from Jared. It's not looking great. Parjan is near under a second. He's just roaming about it at the moment. He's now under a second. Parjan's in trouble. His third place is really in jeopardy right now. Bit of a lock up there as well. Let's see how this goes. Oh, and another lock up. He just isn't getting the braking points right now. Now he's behind Parjan. It's a bit tricky to. Jared is catching Parjan. That's big. 8 laps left to go. Yeah. About to be cut down to 7. And Parjan needs to hold on as long as he can. And Jared again locks up heavily into the final couple of chicanes. But you see, Parjan, his confidence seems to have been a bit shaken right now. And Intro's got 3 seconds, which means that 5 seconds is not there yet for Jared to get P2. But if Jared pushes hard enough for these next couple of laps, he might be able to get P2 from Intro if he has enough pace. But also, like, Parja's really pushing through the corners, but he just has... It's just the trouble of getting it into the corner, which seems to be the most, like, troubling for him. My controller's disconnected again. I hate the controller at the moment. One second. There we go. Let's see how this goes. Jared is really close behind him. I wonder when he's going to overtake him. Magnus and Beckett could be a very dangerous spot, especially in the rain. Especially in the rain. But Kitten looks to be pushing. And you see the gap. It's gone from 2.5 to 2.7. But I don't know. It's just... It keeps fluctuating between the two drivers at the front. And you see Jared's really trying to push here to get Parjan's P3 on track instead of through penalties. Goes wide, no penalty gain because he did lose a tad bit of time and he locks up again. Let's see a backwards view of Parjan. Just trying to keep Jared in bay here. Jared looks to be a bit more confident on the brakes. I think that's where Parjan has really suffered this race. His braking style does not work well in the rain. But the rest of his style seems to be pretty notched up. But let's see how it affects the race. 6 laps to go. 3 to 4 tenths in it between the two. Parjan has a lot of more DRS he can exploit. Looks like he's going to do it right now. But Jared's still got the pace. I think Jared might be using slightly less wings, which could be a big advantage. I think Parjan might be using 11.7 or 11.8 wings, which could be a big factor. I would have gone 3.10. Let's see how it goes. Jared got the key push here. I just don't think he can catch. I think he's just stuck in this cycle. We see here from Intro's point of view, he just can't catch Kitten. But it just hasn't worked out for the Williams. And Jared again locks up through that corner. Let's see on lap 21 now. For Parjan has just crossed line for lap 21, so has Jared. Bo again losing time. Uvan has kept it okay. P6 will be a good result for the Red Bulls. Justin, P7, Vela, P8. It looks like Kitten was going a bit slow through that corner. Look at the difference. It's just the dirty air that's ruining Jared here. Oh! Snap of oversteer for Jared. And that's lost him a couple of attempts there. That could affect the race. But I think he'll catch up right away. It's going to be very interesting to see how these two fight over the last couple of laps. I think it might go to Parjan just because of the fact he's ahead during wet weather. Let's see how it goes. Jared's got a great exit. He has to stay behind though, but he's got so much speed through cops, but he has to stay behind. Let's see, Everyone's just kept their penalties as it is for now. Let's see if anyone gets any more. There's Jared trying to push here. But Parger's just got so much more ERS. It's just going to be this vicious cycle. And also, if you look at the bottom right, Jared has got negative fuel, and Jared has got 3-second penalty now. But it'll still be a P3 finish on an estimate. Alright. But Jared just keeps locking up into a couple of corners again. It's just, he needs to stop locking up in the corners and get really great exits and entries here. This seems to be a problem for everyone today. It's just the cornering through the wet. One of the big primary concerns. It looks like Parger might stay ahead, but he will not keep P3. That's the key factor here. Let's see how this goes. So I think Jared might get it if he saves up on ERS for a couple laps and then attacks. Goes wide again. Uvan gets 3 seconds. Looks to be struggling. Justin might get him. Never know. But if you look, it's just this vicious cycle of not having enough ERS to push. And he goes onto the grass. He dips his toe. And look, just no ERS to go and go into combat with. Whilst Parger has over half. Jared goes wide. No penalty, but I think that might be a warning. And he locks up again into the final couple of corners. Both got 3 seconds. Through Magnus and Beckett. He's now up to 6 seconds of penalties. It's looking really rough here. As you see, Intro sees Kitten there, but he just can't do anything about it. That's the problem. He just can't get the speed. But you see here, Jared trying to push to get the last place on the podium. The penalties will take him there, but I don't think Jared wants to win this that way. And he just the tires are screeching out and wailing out like a little girl, you know, went, "Help me." Let's see how this goes, though. It's going to be very tight for the last couple of laps. He's just exhausting everything he has, but he doesn't have anything. That's one of the problems here. Let's see, Parger now able to exhaust all of his resources. And he has plenty to use. Let's see how this goes, so Jared needs to get a great exit, and he dips his toe in the grass again. And he nearly spins it. Oh! Jared's just got no pace now. He used all of it to catch, but he cannot get past. And he's gone wide again. Yeah, look. Kitten is flying high, waving the British flag with a British team at the Sir Frank Williams Grand Prix. As it is now 1.7 seconds between P3 and P4. I think it's time for Parger to push to see if he can get a 6-second gap. As Jared just keeps locking up. You know, Intro just trying to use some of the wet line to get a bit of speed here. It just isn't looking to work out here. Kitten's just got too much pace around this track. He just has a big advantage over Intro as they come flying through out of Luffield. About a 2-second gap now between Parger and Jared, but it's been cut down. I think Parger might have made, Parger might have made a mistake. Called Jared to catch back up. Let's see how this goes. Pargent, because of he's exhausted some of his resources, he's now going to be a tad bit more vulnerable. Let's see how this goes. It looks like Jared's just going to keep behind. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Jared's going to be a risk taker. Pargent fakes it. Trying to fake out Jared into pits. But he's kept it. Let's see how it goes. So, last 2 laps here. Lap 25 and 26. And then it's all over. And if you look here, Kitten's about to catch up to Vela, who is ghosted. It's AI. But look at the gap between these two. Get a great exit, Jared. It looks like he's got a good exit. It's not great. I don't think he will be able to pass. But he's getting ever so close through his last couple of laps. That's the thing. But P3 is going to be hit, I believe. Yep. Here we go, Jared. Just trying to find a way to keep up with Pargent without the dirty air, risking it. Yeah, Pargent with that ERS advantage will always be a key factor here. I would recommend just trying to stay behind Pargent up last lap and then go for it. But oh, he's going to go for it now. Pargent's just going to leave it. He's now using his ERS. Jared down the inside. Like Hamilton to come alive and go through Stowe. But Pargent's going to go back down the inside. That was a poor exit from Jared. And coming up to lap 26 now. Jared goes wide. Jared has gone wide. And Pargent has taken back P3. That was poor. And it might look like Pargent's going to keep P3 maybe if Jared cannot catch. Oh! That's big. I'm going to try and find him on the list and invite him back. Yeah, 1.1 second gap here. It's going to be close if he's AI, if he can get back in time. I don't know if this has lost in P3, but it's a big factor right now. Because it's only 70 AI, I believe. Which compared to these men is very slow. Let's see how it goes. But this man right here, Kitten, is going to come round the final couple of corners to win the season opener at the Frank Williams Grand Prix at Silverstone. Kitten wins the Grand Prix. But the question is, who will be P3? Will it be Pargent or will it be Jared? It looks like Pargent ran out of fuel. It's Jared to take the last spot on the podium. Pargent P4, but the winner today is the McLaren, which will put him up to 25 points, I believe. Or is it 26? Looks like Intro got fastest lap. But it is a P3 for Jared. It is AI, but it is a great P3 nonetheless. Uvan crosses the line, P6. Great result for Red Bull. Obviously, one of their drivers in Cali did crash out from Mounts and Beckett's, unfortunately. But well done to Kitten for winning the season opener and taking the championship lead. And drive the day goes to Uvan Duve. But there's your top three in Kitten, Intro, and Jared. It was a good end to the race there. But, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the end of it for this weekend. We've got Monza tomorrow, followed by Zandvoort. So I hope you all stay tuned. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll talk to you all later.